Look at that, Jude. Guess what? I used the special intro for you today, just for you, for your special podcast that you're doing for us.
I ain't got a whole lot to talk about. I hope you're not making.
We've got people in chat.
I've
We've got Giphy Cool or Jiffy Cool. You know, you never know how you pronounce these things nowadays with this GIF going on. Talking in chat because we do record this live at twitch.tv/streamsbadly. Make sure you go and check us out there. Or if you want to watch the video version after the fact, you can catch it on YouTube and you can see all the emotes flying across the screen. As we've requested.
You never know these days because there are all these GIFs that are identifying as GIFs and.
Who knows? I mean, if you are one of those people who identifies as audio only with your podcasts, then you can still catch it on Spotify and all of the good streaming platforms. Make sure to follow Tweets Badly on Twitter to find out about all this wacky shit. Nice, cool. That was a great intro. I liked that. So coming up in today's podcast, I have ordered a burger. That's one of the topics.
Nice one. Nice.
It's not here yet. Then Judd has been to his first ever festival. That's going to be That's going to be the main thing. That's going to be most of it. But some other shit. I had a weird encounter with some Facebook hackers? ? I don't know.
Facebook hackers now. Last time it was Russian hackers.
Yeah, they're probably. I mean, they weren't English hackers. I can tell you that. But anyway, I met a very weird, big, fat, bald man, and
wow,
that's yeah. There's a lot going on. Oh, holy moly! Look, I think we should just, jump right into this shit. Judd,
go on. What?
Why did you miss last podcast? You lazy little shit. Why couldn't you be bothered?
Because I just thought, you know what? Nobody even watches this fucking thing. All of us fans are in. Where are they?
Seattle.
Seattle. They're all in fucking Seattle. All our friends are Seattle. I mean, we're massive in Seattle. We go to Seattle and there's just billboards are as fucking everywhere. But
I love how you call them fans as well.
All our diehard. There
might have been one guy who listened to it once, and that's bumped up the demographic enough. That's it.
All our diehard super fans in Seattle that are watching every single episode. I just, I never get to see them, so I just thought, fuck it. No, that's not why I wasn't here. I went to a music festival.
Yeah,
and that was a whole experience.
So give us you need to give us a breakdown. You've got plenty of time. We want a breakdown from like booking the tickets, all of that sort of thing, day by day, what happened, all of this sort of thing, and tell it like a true storyteller. As you should be able to do, being as we've done over 130 episodes of this shit. You should be good at telling stories at this point. Come on.
Well, so I suppose the story starts 3 years ago then when I bought the tickets.
Ooh,
because I bought it. I bought it in 2019, expecting to go in 2020, and then something happened.
Imagine doing something in 2019 for 2020.
Yeah. I didn't have the gift of future sight, so it's been 3 years later instead.
It's been now.
I suppose that nothing really happened until we actually got them. It was just me and my friend Sam that went.
Right, and do you remember
go on.
One of the only things I told you was to make sure you bring a tent that is double the size of what they say on it. So if it says 2-man tent, there's 2 of you going. You'd think to get that. And I said, no. There's 2 of you going. You need a 4-man tent. I've done this shit. I've been to like 12 festivals. Okay.
No, fuck that. I said to my dad, "Yo, Dad, what spare tent have you got? I don't want to buy my own." And he was like, "I got this little 2-man pop-up tent." He said, "I'm telling you though, it's really small, this tent." And I said, "Oh, don't worry about it." Anyway, we'll get back to that later.
This is the same dad, by the way, who just came and cut my hedges.
I
didn't ask him to. I didn't tell him
sweet.
to. And I was kind of like, that's a bit intrusive. What if I didn't want my hedges trimming? But he's done it. They're trimmed out there.
Well, there you go. So Nothing much really happened when we were going shopping. We went and we got everything.
When you say you got everything, what did you get?
We got a lot of water. We got a lot of food that we could.
How much is a lot of water?
We got. I think we had like 8 big bottles. They lasted, so we got a good amount because we
Ben Jesimo 1 says, "Hey John, want to play a league?" No, he fucking doesn't.
No, I don't.
Doesn't.
You little
He's
fucking
busy.
retard. Leave.
He's busy.
This is a 14-year-old that's obsessed with me, Jake. It's not obsessed with me. I'm not going to do Ben.
This is why people in Seattle like us. They like being abused in their podcasts. That's the main criteria.
That's a Seattle lifestyle.
It is.
Listen, if you live in Seattle, you're used to fucking dealing with shit anyway. So
I thought you were going to.
I don't even know anything to do with Seattle. I don't know why that was a shot at Seattle. Anyway, so we went shopping. Everything was fine shopping. I'm just going to skip over that because nothing interesting really happened. What is interesting that happened, though, is that the entire journey there was totally fine. Nothing wrong happened at all. We even stopped at a Surfaces. That was totally fine. Everything was fine. Right until the second we got there.
Stopping at the Surfaces was fine because that could have gone wrong.
Could have gone wrong. Knowing me, something like
out around there. A lot of truck stop murderers in those areas.
Well, no, but you know what?
You might get caught up in one of those gambling rooms and lost all your fortune. You never know. It can happen.
Yeah, it can happen. I have seen that happen. So nothing happened anyway. But we got there, and you turn into this field, that's just outside because it's in Donington race. I think it's racetrack where it's held.
That's funny.
And it's a park like just off of that. Well, not a park, a big field. And we were like right at the back getting parked in. So as we turned into this field, they had like a ramp set up for your car to go over. So we turned in and went over this ramp, and all of a sudden I hear, and I'm like, ah! Stop the car. I'm like, what the fuck? What just happened? I get out the car. By the way, there's people behind me because, of course, there is, just to make the situation even more fucking embarrassing. That there's people behind me going, what the fuck's going on here? So anyway, I get out my car. I thought the fucking tire had exploded. That's what it sounded like. I just thought that I'd come up this run.
The noise you just made then sounded like a portal to hell being opened rather than anything else.
That's what it sounded like. It sounded like a like that. So
Reggie, I think. Big ups follow to you. I think you're all Judd's mates.
That's what it sounded like. Anyway, but I got out, I had a look, and my fucking mud flap had ripped out from under my car and got.
You drove.
My fucking. Oh, I drove. I drove.
Say you drove. Oh, poor Clunk.
Yeah, poor fucking Clunk. So fucking. The mud flap had ripped out from underneath. I don't know how. I don't know if this like ramp had been... yeah, I know that's a fucking news to me.
Mud flap sounds a little bit gross, doesn't it?
Yeah. But yeah. So it was like
I just had a thought. Is that what like your butthole could be called instead of like a vagina?
That is what a butthole is called. Your mud flap.
Is it?
I'm sure that's like that's.
Is that a term that like bum sex enjoyers call a butthole? The mud flaps. If you know the answer to this question, tweet at tweetsbadly and let us know.
Have you never
make
heard?
Sure you tweet your degree in mud flappery and buttholes as well, because we need to know this. This is important.
Have you never heard the popular gay saying, "I'm going to handicap your mud flap"? Have you never heard of that?
Did you hear that a lot while you were there? Is that why you're bringing it up?
Yeah. Anyway, so I essentially I had to wrench my fucking mud flap out from like under my car, and then we got parked in, and that was a whole ordeal because I had about 5 people fucking directing me, like going go this way, and because I just had like half of my fucking car rip out from under me, I was like panicking, and I had like 5 people behind me, so.
You should bring up chat, by the way. I can't read all this shit, but you should bring up chat to let it distract you while you're talking. Because it's just all your mates saying shit like, I'm handicapped. Bum sex enjoyers. Yeah, that's the technical term. I know what you're talking about.
So... yeah, I got about 5 people all telling me to come in. So I must have stalled it another 4 times just pulling into this fucking car.
You could be fucking Lewis Hamilton and he would have stalled it 9 times somehow, your car. It just stalls
it's
like
not,
nobody's
it's
business.
not, it's not a good car. It is a dog shit car, to be fair. So what happened... So we got set up everything. We set up everything okay. Sam had to stop about 4 times on the trip because he's a fat fuck. We got settled down. We got everything set up, and we got the tent out. And it was first of all, it was too fucking small for Sam, let alone both of us.
Whoa! What are you saying about Sam? Okay, what are you saying about him? Okay, just because you're a fucking little goblin creature and you don't take up that much room, apart from
I'm
width-wise,
compact.
am I right,
I'm small.
folks?
I'm small. I'm fucking. I'm compact.
I can't make fat jokes anymore. It's a bit sad.
Anyway,
actually. I might have to get fit again just so I can make fun of you for being fat.
I'm not. Do I get to make fun of you for being fat?
Yeah,
being
go on.
a fat little porker.
Throw it at me quite quick, just so I can...
I'm a sweetheart. I'd never make fun of anybody in my life.
My favourite insult that I've been called for being fat recently is when I was at the skate park and I looked over at someone being loud and they went, "Oi, what you looking at, fat boy?"
I remember you saying fucking fat boy.
I was like, oh shit, I ain't been called fat before. I've never been fat. I was like, I guess I'm fat. I guess I'm a fat boy.
Your face was like an array of different emotions because you didn't know how to process it. You stood there going...
I was just like, oh yeah, I guess that's me.
Yeah. Did you look around? Did you do a big full body turnaround to see if anybody else was there and go, oh?
No, I did literally look down and go, oh yeah, all right, okay.
Oh, I'm fat boy.
Yes, of course.
Oh, anyway. I am fat boy. Anyway, so we got set up, everything okay. The first 2 days, there's I mean, I don't think there was really anything eventful because we saw...
Nothing happened in Tiananmen Square in 1989. Everybody took a holiday Kappa.
What's going on? You okay?
I'm sorry, folks. This podcast's being fully derailed.
Why?
Negro Joe.
I can't.
That's his name. He's got as in knee, the body part. Grow.
I know Tom's name on shit.
I have to clarify this, people listening. Okay, tipped £3 to say.
Thanks, Tom.
To say nothing happened in Tiananmen Square in 1989. Everybody took a holiday. Kappa.
Thanks for the £3, Tom. I appreciate it.
And I didn't find that funny.
We didn't find it funny. Legally, we have to say we didn't find that funny.
Exactly. God, try and get through your fucking story, Judd, without any of this shit happening.
No. Right, so the first 2 days, nothing really interesting happened.
Well, hold on. How long is this festival?
5 days. It was a 5 days.
That's quite
5 days
long.
thing. Because the first 2 are just there for camping and then music. Because you go through on the Wednesday, and then
does everyone go through on that Wednesday then?
No, because you can get different tickets. So you can get like a 5-day camping thing, which is what me and Sam got, and then you can. I had a friend and his girlfriend.
Tent.
Yeah. We had friends show up on just the Saturday. There were people that were showing up just for the music. Like you could get a 3-day camping thing, I think. So yeah.
Okay, and so was stuff on the days where like the festival hadn't properly started?
No, not really. So you go in and you can get to the sort of camping grounds and you can set up tent there, and then they've got like a sort of like a little village next to it.
Yeah.
And that's got like some fairground rides and stuff. I don't know if it's usually bigger, and this time's been a bit smaller because of like COVID and shit. But Sam was telling me last time that he was there. There was like fire eaters and people like doing shit like performing and stuff, and there was nothing like that this time. But there was like a few places to go and buy food, and there was a few fairground things. And
had you brought any food, or were you just planning on relying on that stuff?
No, we brought food. We brought like a load of shit to fry up and barbecue and stuff.
Oh shit! Okay, so it ended with you burning to death. I tell you what. Originally, the Manifesto of the Communist Party is an 1848 pamphlet by German philosophers Karl Marx and Friedrich Engels, commissioned by the Communist League, and originally, I did well to read that. I've got dyslexia. Just go on. Don't worry about it. I'm just reading out chat.
Okay. All right. Fair enough then. No, but the thing is, people who aren't here, who are just listening to the podcast, are just going to hear you start talking about the fucking Communist Manifesto.
Look, they clicked on a podcast called Podcast Badly. What did they expect?
That's right. Yeah, actually, no, that's fine. That's totally fine. All right. Yeah, I had to fucking wrestle a burger out of Sam's mouth, like a fucking raw burger that weren't cooked, because he was like, because like. It's like he's drunk as fuck on this second day, and we're trying to get some of this barbecue going, and he's like, it's not even fully finished burning this coal yet, and he's like, put a burger on. I'm like, no, fucking wait for it to like start properly. He's like, no, put a burger on.
Wait, so the flames hadn't started yet? Because typically with a barbecue, you light it, flames go up, and then as soon as the flames stop, you can put a burger on.
No, I know. So they were like. The bag had like just started. So it's like, he's like a tiny flame because it's just starting up, and he's like, put a burger on. I'm like, fucking no, you idiot, wait. So it's on for about like 2 minutes, and then he takes it out and the outside's been cooked, and he's like, let me have a look at this. And he rips it open, and it's just like blood. And I'm fucking looking at this burger like, okay, well that obviously needs to go back on. And he went, no, it's raw. It's rare. I'm gonna eat it. It's like, don't. So I'm fucking like, I'm essentially grabbing this burger while he's trying to fucking fit it in his gullet, and I'm going, no,
like
don't
eat a gourmet steak.
Yeah, so he's like, I'm gonna eat it, but I made him fucking put it back on the barbecue. But he woke up the next day, and he was like, he looked over at me and he went, I was gonna fucking die if you didn't stop me from eating that burger.
Oh my god! So nothing happened on those first days. Then nothing happened. Why did you pay for the camping if fuck all was happening?
Well, to be honest, I don't think I'd do that again, because I kind of just got what Sam, and it was originally going to be somebody else as well. There was going to be 3 of us. I was just getting what they were getting because I'd never done it before. But if I were to do it again, I'd either not, because I don't like just fucking going somewhere and drinking. I don't like it. If I'm gonna drink, I want to either drink in my home, or I don't mind going like round town and drinking, because I'm seeing people then, and I'm usually bumping into people that I know. But when I like go somewhere and all I can do is drink, I just find it fucking boring. So
I understand.
I'd either.
That's why I'm drinking right now.
No, but you're doing something. It's what I mean. It's you're drinking and doing something. So you're drinking and doing a podcast. I don't like just going somewhere just to drink. Like, I find it boring. But...
See, I that was common. I'm the opposite, actually. If I'm doing something, then my interest's taken by something that's not drinking. The times I like to drink is when I'm chatting with people and drinking. That's it. If I'm doing much else, it's just a bit of a distraction. Speaking of distractions, though, this is a monumental moment. I've got to make an announcement. We've made our first merch sale, baby! Woo!
Whoa! Who bought it? Tom?
I don't know who bought it, but they bought a single sticker of the Streams Badly logo that I drew myself, by the way.
That's sweet.
I like that. I've been tempted to buy that myself, to be honest, but I didn't. I didn't want the first sale to be me, because that's cringe.
That is pretty cringe.
The main point about it is, as this person will know, it cost them £1.73 I believe, for the sticker. The shipping might have been more. Do you want to know how much money I made off this essentially £2 sale?
Go on.
23 pence.
Nice.
We did it, folks.
Sick. Nice.
Bear in mind, Judd gets nothing of that because
I was just about to say I get 11 pence, but I don't because I don't.
No, Judd doesn't get any money from the merch because he contributed nothing to it. He does get donation money though, so the £3 from.
I'll be getting £1.50 of that. Thank you, Tom. Thank you, buddy.
Does get
that can pay.
That's, bear in mind that's after Twitch takes their cut, and then PayPal takes their cut. And then I take my cut, and then so it's about 70 pence.
I get to pay. That pays for a fifth of my parking for one day. Yeah.
Great.
So I'd either not do those 2 days, or because I'd want to go with maybe one or two other guys, and obviously with a bigger tent, and
I would go
maybe take something to do back at the tent. You know, even if it was just like a little projector that we could put movies on.
No,
or just fucking something.
That's getting nicked. No, you can't do that. You have to bring, like, stupid shit like card games. Like, I'm not talking fucking Magic the Gathering. I'm talking like Uno. You know, something like that. And copious amounts of alcohol. I've done enough festivals to be able to kind of know. But, like... It depends what you go in for, because a lot of people go to get fucked up and have in a field and then just be like, at the end of a crowd. Yeah. But you might be going to listen to some music that you're like, oh, I really want to listen to them. For an example would be, my Leeds Fest ticket was £230, okay?
Yeah.
Multiple artists that I saw on that, docket on the lineup might have had £100 ticket for one of their concerts alone. So I got about 400 odd quid's worth of music acts out of that ticket, which included camping and all sorts. So it's a decent way to see people. So it depends what you're doing. If you're going for the music properly, then don't get too carried away by alcohol. Just drink a little bit before you go in to feel all right, but not enough so that you need to piss all the time. If you're doing the opposite and you're just getting fucked up, my question to you is, why are you going to a festival? That costs a shit ton of money. I've never understood that one. Like, you're just paying for a ticket. I don't get it, but
yeah.
But
when the music did start, though, I very much enjoyed myself. I thought...
Keep talking, Jed. I'm going to get that pizza burger.
Okay, yeah, I'll bring up the lineup, actually. Download 2022 lineup, and we'll talk about some of the people that I went to go and see. Right, okay. So, starting from the bottom, if I'm looking at this, starting from the bottom now here, I think the only people that we really went to see on the Friday was Skindred. And Skindred are a reggae / metal band, and they're very good. One of the things that, like, I really want when I go and see somebody perform live is how much they, like, get the crowd involved. And I think Skindred are really good at that. Fucking, who was it who came on who I was expecting to be good, and then they were dog shit because they just didn't... Rise Against, that was it. I was fucking expecting Rise Against to be sick. And they fucking... They got on stage and they're the fucking stage presence of a fucking tree. They were shit. They got Rise Against. So I was just saying, I just started like talking about the lineup and who I saw, and I was saying how on Friday we went to go see Skindred, who were great, and how like one of the biggest things for me is how much a band or a performer involves the crowd and like gets the crowd hyped and stuff. That's right. Why I really like Necrogoblicon so much, because they got a little fucking goblin man running around the crowd going, "Look at me, I'm a fucking goblin!" And it's like, I love shit like that. Skindred were awesome for that. But I was saying like Rise Against. Rise Against, I expected to be really good, and I got there, and it was fucking like they'd come on, they'd play the song, and then they changed instruments, and then they play the next song, and they changed, and it was just like fucking. I might as well.
They were probably absolutely off their face, because I'm telling you, at festivals and all sorts of stuff like that, people just have this. they get this weird overcoming thing that thinks they can just like take a shit ton of drugs and that they'll have a great time. And when you look at them, they're not. They're not. Well, it's awful.
I don't think they were on drugs, because if they were on drugs, they just looked really fucking bored. It was like they got halfway through the set and they did the sort of, I don't know if it's in the contract that they have to say something, but it was like they were like, right, how's everybody doing tonight? And then everybody was like, woo, and they were like, all right, okay, this is the next song, and it was like that, but then Iron Maiden, fucking on Saturday. And Iron Maiden, all of them are like in the 70s and 80s.
Yeah.
Then they're bouncing off the fucking stage. They're like getting the crowd like proper hyped up. Fucking the lead, I don't know the main singer's name. I don't actually listen to a lot of Maiden, but he's fucking, you know, the 80s power singing thing where they have their hands like this to like a yeah and shit. They're fucking getting it all of that. And I thought these guys are fucking awesome. In fact, it's made me want to start listening to more Iron Maiden, because it's like they're 80, they're fucking here, they're giving it their all, they're fucking like getting the crowd hyped up, and they're awesome. And here's fucking Rise Against, they're fucking in the 30s and 40s, and they look like they belong in a fucking retirement home. They were shit.
Yeah, I think that might be a symptom of almost like a generation where they're used to like not having to perform on stage. Do you know what I mean? I've just shared my screen with you, Judd. Can you see what I've just shared with you?
I can see.
I'm going to interrupt the middle of you telling. We're having a little break from Judd's telling us about his festival. We'll continue with that. I'm enjoying it. For me to do a little taste test. And
of this burger.
Of this. So I've ordered from a place that I can order from. A pizza burger, it's called. I was led to believe it's a burger patty and the buns are pizzas. I'm going to hold up this whatever this abomination is to the camera so Judd can see.
Okay.
Reacts to that
shit, It's a Judd. Pizza ball! Holy shit, it's an Eric Andre pizza ball!
It's just like, it looks like a donut. It's literally, you know, in a donut, there's a little hole where you can see where they've piped shit. Where they've piped the filling. It's got one! It's got one of those holes, look!
Yeah. And it's like a pizza, so that's like a pizza that's essentially around a couple patties, maybe.
I'm going to bite into it.
Yeah.
I'm going to bite where the hole is. That's where I like to bite.
Somebody ordered a pizza ball.
Here we go. Oh, God.
I know, I bet that's hot.
You know what? It's pretty fucking good, actually.
Yeah, it does look good. It does look...
I thought it looks like horrific, to be honest. I thought, oh shit, this is going to be like that one time I bought a meat donut. That's what they called it. It's like an Eastern European shop, and it was absolutely horrific. But
that's got to be another name for arsehole.
It's no, it's pretty good. The meat quality of the burger itself ain't great, but you know it's better than McDonald's. So pizza burger. I wouldn't say it's a pizza or a burger. I would say it's a pizza and burger flavored donut. I think that's cool. The most accurate representation. I don't know, but there you go. So, continuing on the festival, Tortured. Which day are we on here? Are we on day 3?
Well, I was just sort of bouncing between days, and because I was just making a point about like like showmanship essentially. So the Friday, pretty much the only people that we actually went to see were Skindred, because me and Sam both really like Skindred, and they were great.
What did you do like the rest of the day? Did you think, oh, we've only really got one band to see, let's have a day where we get a bit like fucked up? Or
well, so we did get a bit fucked up, and we went to see some littler stuff. We also, a lot of it was just because the arena's closed off for the first 2 days. So this was like the first time the arena was opened, and we had because there's like a lot of other shit to do in the arena, so we had a big walk around there. Just like there was like more fair rides, other shit to buy, because there was like music playing. There was like I think there were 6 different stages. It was like 5 or 6 different stages that have all pretty much always got someone on. So it was just like walking around, seeing different like smaller acts. And I say smaller. It's not like they're unknown or anything.
Was there any acts that you obviously didn't know that you just like kind of gone to see or whatever or stumbled on that you actually thought these are fucking good? Were there any surprise acts?
No, because the only time that we ever went to see someone that we didn't know is, in fact, it was Cordelia came over on the Saturday with her boyfriend Kieran, and she went to go see Creeper, and we went to go watch Creeper with them. I mean, they were fine. We weren't doing anything else, so it's not like we were missing out on anybody. They were all right, but. It's because I'd never listened to Maiden before. Maiden have actually been like the big sort of surprise for me because I didn't expect them to like them that much. I also didn't expect them to, well, for one, still be alive, let alone be still like, you know, putting on fucking so much of a good show. But I did find out recently because. I have a lot of songs on my phone that like I know the song but I don't like know the people who do it or like any of their other works. And I realized today that actually some of these that were on, I actually do like. It's just I didn't recognize them by name. Cordelia went to see one that I recognize that I'm not. Oh, there, Cassiette. I like Cassiette. I like a lot of her songs. She's like a heavier Pink. Like if Pink was like more into metal.
That sounds good.
That's Cassiette. She is good. I do really like her. You might like her as well because she's like Pink, but just if she was more metal. And then I think there was somebody else, but I can't find them right now. But anyway, yeah. So I would have liked to have gone and seen Cassiette if I would have put 2 and 2 together, but I didn't. Yeah, we didn't. I didn't say. So Kiss. We didn't really want to go and see Kiss on the Friday because we're not
that
like
would have been
big
the one
Kiss
I'd
fans.
most want to see.
Yeah, but it was because it's Kiss. You know, it was like we'll go see Kiss to say that we've seen Kiss.
Same way that I went to see Stormzy or Liam Gallagher because it's them.
Yeah, but I had a little bit of tummy troubles on Friday, Jake, you see.
Did you have one of them raw burgers?
I didn't have a raw burger. It was all the drinking. I think 3 days of
I'm telling you,
of intense drinking.
Getting to a festival is not the one. Yeah. It's not the place that's best to do it. I'm telling you.
Especially with me with my fucking shitty IBS stomach. So anyway, I didn't see Kiss. I didn't see Kiss because instead I was I decided because I didn't want to basically I didn't want to be in a tent with Sam where like I'd have to get up constantly in the middle of the night. I'd have to squeeze my way out from between Sam and the wall of the tent, fight with the tent to get it open, put my boots on, walk all the way down to the porta potty, then fucking go and shit in that. So instead what I did was the car I went and slept in the car. And then when I needed to shit, I walked into the field next to where our field was that was empty, and I just sprayed ass in this field.
Did you bring toilet roll?
I did bring toilet roll, I did.
Fuck me,
I wasn't...
You know, you need to listen to me, man. I'm right so many times. Why do people not listen? If you'd have had a much bigger tent, you'd have been all right.
Yeah, it was still easier for me in that car though, because the thing is, I would have had to walk all the way down, and with my ass, it's like I need to shit straight away, or I'm going to shit myself. So the thing is, with the sleeping in the car, it's like I'd like fall out of my car, and I'd literally just run straight over into this field and spray ass. Well, but anyway, so we missed Kiss, but I don't really care.
You didn't even say why you missed Kiss because of that. Did you have to go to the car while Kiss was on because you neither to shit constantly then?
Oh yeah. So basically my stomach was that bad that I was like, right, I'm just gonna go because neither of us really cared too much about Kiss. So I sprayed it.
How far away was the car from the festival, from the camp, from whatever?
So it was a 15 or 20-minute walk from our tent to the car. So yeah, so not super far. But yeah, that was it for Friday. Saturday, yeah. So obviously Cassette was on, and we saw Iron Maiden. Did we see anybody else that we saw? Shinedown. They were fine. We're not really big Shinedown fans or anything. Sunday, The Darkness was on, and I did want to see The Darkness because they do my favorite Christmas song. But they were on at the same time as Korn, and Korn is Sam's favorite band.
Korn's a right classic.
Also, like it's Korn. Like I still wanted to see Korn more than The Darkness anyway. So, and they were great.
That's
they were
a difficult
awesome.
decision, that though.
No, I because the thing is, I really like The Darkness, but I know 2 Darkness songs. I know I Believe in a Thing Called Love and Don't Let the Bells End. They're the only 2 Darkness songs I know.
I only thought the Christmas one was theirs. I didn't even register that one is.
Yeah,
so.
I Believe in a Thing Called Love.
Yeah.
Just into the river of my heart.
We ain't got rights. We ain't got rights.
Oh, shit,
demonetized.
Sorry.
We're done.
But where it's like Korn, it's like I don't know, Freak on a Leash, Got the Life, Chaos Lives in Everything. You know what? Like I know a lot more songs. I named 3 instead of 2, then, so you know I know more.
Exactly.
so and I do just like them more. So we went to go see Korn instead.
I've noticed for some reason it always does seem like there's 2 artists you want to see on at the same time so frequently when it comes to these festivals, and it makes me wonder whether they kind of do that on purpose to make sure that like the crowd split a bit and makes it a little bit more manageable.
Well, because Sam was saying that last time it was like fucking Korn was on at the same time as Slipknot, and it's like, what the fuck do you do?
Which choice would you pick in that scenario?
Slipknot. Me personally, I'd pick Slipknot. Yeah, I'd really like both of them. So yeah, we also
to say something controversial about Slipknot while I've got a chance. They are a bit like the Busted of metal.
The Busted of metal, are they?
Yeah. Or maybe like the Ed Sheeran of metal or something like that, you know?
Really? Wow.
They're like the pop. They're like the most pop metal, I think.
Metal? Slipknot?
Yeah, they're the most, because they're the most known and kind of popular and kind of almost gimmicked of metal. They, in a way, navigate themselves to being the most pop out of the metal people. Do you know, I don't know if it's the main singer or what, one of the guys from Slipknot has been on the show QI multiple times.
Oh, has he?
Yeah, a lot. Corey, whichever one's called Corey.
Oh, I don't know. I'm not huge on him, you know. I just
I mean, that's huge. If you don't know what QI is in Seattle, it's like a comedy quiz show, but it's quite like it's kind of like a comedy quiz show with a bit more of an intellectual spin, if that makes sense. I don't know. And yeah, he's been on that, metal guy. Anyway, so you went to see Korn.
Yes, and so throughout these 3 days, by the way, there'd been multiple times where a pit, if you will, a mosh pit.
Oh, I've heard of these things.
Yeah,
before.
yeah. A few of them had opened up, and we're either too far away or to be honest, too scared to go in one until Korn. But we got, because Korn is Sam's favorite band, we got like really close to the front for Korn at like. If you're looking at the set list now, I don't know if you're looking at the set list. I
am definitely not. I will though.
Okay, or the lineup or whatever you call it. I'll post it in Discord for you. So how like on the top of the right hand side one, it's just loading for you. Give it a second. So that like top section is like the main stage. So performing on that Sunday on the main stage was Wargasm, then Powerwolf, then Ailstorm, then Rise Against, and because Sam wanted to be at the front for Korn, we were basically down at that main stage since Ailstorm were on. So we were there to watch like. Yeah, we were there a while for these 5 bands. But anyway, so we were like right at the front, and a pit opened up like right next to us. And I've been in pits before, like in Download and not Download, in Corp, and there's a place near us that does metal music that me and Jake both like to frequent. Yeah. And I've been in little ones there and stuff. But this was like a big one, and I'm staring at it. And it's like I can't remember which Korn song it was, but it's a Korn song I really like. This was the last song that they were playing. We didn't give a shit about Biffy Clyro, so we actually left the festival after Korn.
I'm surprised Biffy Clyro were even headlining this. Biffy Clyro are not very metal at all.
No, not at all. Which surprised me. I said that to Sam. I'm like, why the fuck are Biffy Clyro even here? And he said it's probably because there was like a cancellation or something, and Biffy Clyro won't just do it. So it's like oh fucking we were supposed to have, I don't know, Marilyn Manson here, but I don't know, he's lost another rib.
Another rib. What about what's the face? Alice, what that one? Alice, something Alice.
Alex in Chains?
No, something Alice.
Go on.
Alice. Someone Alice. It's a man. Alice Metal. Man.
Alice.
I've just googled Alice Metal Man. That's not getting me anywhere. What the fuck is that?
Alice Cooper.
Alice Cooper. That's the one. What about them? Do you think they could headline here?
I don't know. Maybe. I couldn't think of an Alice Cooper song.
Because I've seen Alice Cooper live. They headlined a folk festival I went to.
Oh, maybe. Fucking Biffy Clyro can do it. I don't see why they can't.
But Alice Cooper's more metal than Biffy Clyro, for sure.
Oh, well, yeah, so I couldn't see why. Like I say, it's because, because of the whole COVID shit and everything. Yeah. Somebody was probably supposed to come and they couldn't. And it was like, well, it's last minute. Fucking get Biffy Clyro on the horn. He'll fucking do anything. So.
They would have put, it's a band, isn't it, Biffy Clyro, not one guy?
I have no idea. That's how much I know about Biffy Clyro.
I don't know. So, I would have thought they'd have put Korn as headlines then, and then Biffy Clyro below that.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I'm like, why the fuck is Korn like not above Biffy Clyro at a metal festival?
Just donating to ask why have you not been answering my calls? I just want to sell you another copy of Skyrim BBY. Please call me back.
Fuck me, man.
I did. I couldn't wait. I couldn't hear that. I couldn't hear that.
And said, "Hi Jordan, just donating to ask why you have not been answering my calls. I just want to sell you another copy of Skyrim, baby. Please call back." Thanks, Todd Howard. I mean, I'll make sure he calls you back.
I got this thing with Todd Howard with Jake where does he not just get you like angry? Does he not just like get you really angry when you look at him?
This is all because he's announced a new game, isn't it? This is all because of that.
No, it's all because he's a little fucking rat bastard. That's what it's all about. He's a bastard. Just focus on
the festival again. Just bring your mind back to the festival. Keep telling me about the festival. Come on, don't worry. It's okay. It's all right. Just think about the festival. Tell me all about it. Come on, get your mind back there.
Okay, anyway, so...
I'll call your therapist in the morning and tell him Todd Howard called you again. That's such a weird niche joke. People who don't play games that much are going to be like, who the fuck's Todd Howard? That's the worst! Shut up!
So anyway, it was Korn's last song. It was the last night. We were literally leaving after that song because we wanted to beat traffic on the Monday. So I was
not actually.
Yeah. So
you actually mean like car traffic, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant like foot traffic. I thought. You went home before the final headliner act on a Sunday. Fuck me. You'd have thought they'd rearrange the days a bit as well. Biffy Clyro was their Sunday, their final night headliner.
I know. Like, I don't know. Is it like? Do you want to play something a bit softer to wind everybody down after 3 days of like? Metal, or do you want to, because it's a metal festival, end on a high note?
There as well, like you want to put Korn there if that's your objective.
It does feel like an incredible gear change to go from Korn to Biffy Clyro. That's it. Last thing done. Out you go.
Ben says, "See that Stella on the desk, you wife beater? Respect." Now, I can't comment on my wife beating status. Actually, I can. Never beaten a wife. But this was actually
Only my
free.
girlfriend, sadly.
This was given to me by a man that I've seen wear a suspicious amount of white vests, actually. So now I'm putting two and two together.
There we go.
Yeah, I think I might have realised something just now. But yeah, that is a weird it's a weird order for the lineup. Do you think that it's hard to say. Do you think you have gone to because festivals have to have like better years and worse years. They have to kind of make certain years good, you know? That's just the nature of how it works. Do you think you went to a better year or a worse year for this festival?
No, I think this was a worse year. I think this was quite a shit year, actually. I've been looking at previous lineups, and I think this is actually a bit of a dog shit lineup. For me, anyway, obviously, like, if you fucking like all these bands, then it was a sick year for you. But, like, for me personally, I don't know, download 2018 lineup. Let's have a look at what that was like. Like even the headliners: Avenged Sevenfold, Guns N' Roses, fucking Ozzy Osbourne. It's like, come on now.
I would go to that just for them.
Yeah. So yeah.
Guns N' Roses and Ozzy Osbourne, that'd be so fucking cool.
Yeah. So no, I think I went. I got a shit year.
I'm not a big metalhead. I've partaken in a little bit, and. What I will say is metal bars are some of my favourite bars to end on for a night out because they're just fucking fun to bash your head about to. But the music in general, I don't listen to that often. But so these are the bands I would know from the festival you've just been to. I'm going to look at second stage and main stage. I'm not even going to bother looking at any of the ones because I just won't know them. So I'll read them all out and then I'll tell you. I'll stop when I get to one I know. So we've got The Distillers, Airborne, Lacuna Coil, Miles Kennedy and Company. Maybe I've heard of them. Skinned, Aaron Jones, Megadeth. Heard of them. Never listened to a single song. Don't know if they're any good. Mastodon. The same thing. I've heard of them. I never listened to them. Daughtry, Bush, Code Orange. Inch 9 Kills. Ice 9 Kills. I thought I was reading 9 Inch Nails, but the words had jumped around.
yeah. I also, when I saw that they were on, I was like, who?
Malevolence, Cassiette, who you want to remember?
Yeah.
Dirty Honey. So, Steel Panther. They would probably be the band I would want to see most on this whole lineup. Just because I'm not hugely into metal, but comedy's funny. And they're kind of like comedy metal band in a way. The Darkness would probably be one of my next most. I've heard of those, and I know 2 songs, just as many as you do. We've got Skillet, Baroness, Tremonti, Wednesday 13, Massive Wagons, The Last... I've got dyslexia. International. Control the Storm. Don't know any of those. Kiss. I know Kiss. They wear costumes and shit. That might be fun to look at. So I would have probably seen them. A Day to Remember. I've heard of Skindred, but never listened to anything. Black Veil Brides. I've heard of and have probably listened to one of their songs, but I couldn't tell you one of them. Bury Tomorrow. Theory. Wayward Sons. I don't know. Don't know them. Iron Maiden. Weirdly... This is the same as Black Veil Brides for me. I've definitely heard of them, and I've probably heard more than one of their songs, but I don't know which ones are their songs personally. I feel bad for that. We've got Deftones. Are they metal? They don't sound metal.
They were metal. I'm trying to think of what they did. I definitely recognise something that they did.
I don't know. Anyway, I'm just going to move on. Shinedown, The Pretty Reckless. That's similar to Black Veil Brides for me. I probably heard one of their songs, actually. But I couldn't tell you. Black Label Society, Monster Truck, Those Damn Crows, The Raven Age. Don't know. Biffy Clyro. Honestly, what's the Biffy Clyro song? Do we know one?
When we collide, we come together.
They must have been so out of place, man.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I know, that's what
Weirdly,
I thought.
I might have enjoyed them quite a bit personally, but you know. And then Korn, obviously, I've heard of. We've got Voltbeat. Rise Against. I've heard of Rise Against. Don't know.
So they're the ones that did that. Warm yourself by the fire, son, because the morning will come soon. That one.
Don't know.
And
Ailstorm, Powerwolf, Wargasm. Those are awesome. So yeah. I don't know. That's why I asked you for a reason, because I don't know metal bands anywhere near enough. You might have said to me, no, there's some real, like, metal, like metalheads would love this, but apparently not. I don't know.
No,
because when I went to Leeds Fest, the lineup on that, Leeds Fest 2021. Obviously, this is a lot more for normie people and a lot more, pop music, I guess. It's not even... My ideal festival to go to for the type of music I like would be the Vans Warped Tour, okay? That's what I like. But if we're looking at... I went to Leeds Fest purely because I feel like it'll be a mildly historic Leeds Fest. And now, Leeds Fest, for where we come from, is... like, it's iconic, isn't it? Whether you like that sort of music or not. It's quite iconic. It's like probably the biggest festival anywhere near us, I would say. So I thought, you know what, for the culture, I'll go to the first one back since COVID. You know, that might go down in history in itself, whether the lineup was good or not. But also, we're talking these are all the people I knew on it. We've got Liam Gallagher, Jerry Cinnamon, Wolf Alice, Tom Grennan, KSI, The Hunter, Queens of the Stone Age, Youngblood, Machine Gun Kelly, Neck Deep. We've got Stormzy, AJ Tracy, Mabel, Declan McKenna, Nothing But Thieves, Catfish and the Bottlemen, Sam Fender, H, Seagulls. Shut up! Fucking telling me my meal's on the way. I'm trying to read out names. Yeah. Post Malone, for fuck's sake. The Kid Laroi, Two Door Cinema Club, Disclosure, The Wombats, Slow Tie, Becky Hill. Yeah. So... even you who's not into pop music, I would guess my estimate would be you probably know more people off this lineup than the festival you just went to.
Yeah, yeah.
So one of the big ones for me was, this is not a particularly... Jack Harlow was there as well. I think he's quite big now. Meeks Gets. I don't know. I think I've heard of them.
100 Gets?
Chiller Crew. They were there. They actually were there.
Well,
Have you looked this up?
Actually,
I'm pretty certain they're there somewhere.
Nice.
I don't know where they are in here, but 100 Gex are on here.
I would have gone to see 100 Gex, absolutely.
But even just for Post Malone, because I mean, let's be honest, he's going to be dead soon. So it's no disrespect, it just probably is. Just because he's one. I feel like he's going to join the 27 Club. Let's just check how old he is. How old is Post Malone? So next year, he's gone. He's 26 right now, so next year he'll join 27 Club, and I'll be like, oh my god, I saw him live before he died. That's kind of the whole reason I went. So, you finished your Korn set, right? You watched them.
Yeah.
You saw your one of the main songs, Mosh Pit opens, right? Was it biggest mosh pit you've seen?
No, I mean, well, in person, I suppose, yeah.
But not like ever. You've seen bigger on Reddit.
Yeah, I've when I'm patrolling the Reddits. Yeah. But no, I thought this is the last chance. I essentially thought I'm not going to get another chance to do a pit at Download for a year if I do even go next time. So fuck it. So I just threw myself in and got shoved around a lot, and it was great. I enjoyed it.
So how brutal was it? Because metalheads like to try and it's so brutal.
It wasn't really that bad. I think that it's probably safer, really, to go in a pit at a festival like that because it's totally open. It's bright, so everybody can see what's going on. Whereas in Corp, it's closed off, it's dark because it's a nightclub, so you can't see anything. So if somebody thinks, I'm going to be a cunt here, and just like fucking punch somebody in back of head, you can't see what's going on. But like a lot of the time as well, bands are watching when a pit's going on. Because I've seen loads of videos of like a ton of different bands like doing it, like fucking I've seen Korn doing it, I've seen Slipknot doing it. If somebody fucking goes down in the pit and they're injured, they'll stop, they'll go whoa, okay, get him up, because they don't, because they don't want a fucking death at the concert. You know,
I've got to tell you, Chud, Hobo
Yeah.
Streams has just said, I'm literally pogging as you're talking about someone being crushed to death by a mosh pit. So I don't know if it's relevant, but...
Nice. Dude, he's getting his brain stumped out. I'm pogging! But yeah, so I actually think it is probably safer to get in a pit.
And how many mosh pits have you been in before? Do you think you know enough to be like, I've been in my fair share.
Hundreds, dude. They actually in my hometown, I'm actually known as the Pit Bull.
Okay. That's enough from him. I'm not letting him say any more shit like that. Some Travis Scott stuff, right? Oh fuck. Okay, actually, I now you've said that, I need to bring him back to lighten the mood. So here we go. While I hung up on you out of rage, Judd, Hobo Streams said some Travis Scott stuff right there, and it made me need to bring you back to lighten the mood. They say I can confirm this is not true. So what I want to ask you, how does it compare on your scale of mosh pits? Because surely this is one of the big questions. If you're going to a metal festival, you want to know how. Probably, I'm guessing this was the best mosh pit you participated in at that festival. So if it was, how does it compare in your grand scale of mosh pits? Because as a non-metal enjoyer, that seems to me like the entire point.
Yeah, no, that is probably it's the best one I've been in. It's not. I'm not saying it was like a particularly incredible mosh pit or anything, but because I've only ever really been to ones in clubs before, I've not had experience in these in bigger ones. But I'd say that if I want to get in a pit, I want to get in one of those because it's well, first of all, there's fucking thousands of people there, so it could be massive. And
how hard was it to get towards the front? Do you think it was only easy because you'd been waiting there so long?
Yeah, like if you would have waited, there's no way you could have got to the front. Like nowhere near as close as me and Sam did. Because there was just literally fucking thousands of people there to see Korn. So if you want to get close because it's a band you like, you need to go like a couple bands before at least. But yes, so I think that like really you want to do it there because I think it's safer. I could be wrong because obviously I've not done this a whole lot, but I feel like that this should be a safer environment to do it.
So I've just looked up the crowd for this festival you've been to as well. It looks pretty big.
Yeah.
I don't think it's close to the biggest festival I've been to. It's a bit hard to tell from the pictures, but fucking I think it depends who's on. I think it depends who's on. So I went to a festival that was basically like not long after COVID was still a bit of a thing.
Yeah.
And it was probably about as big as that festival you've been to. You know headlining wise and that.
Yeah.
So I think that's a bit interesting. What I want to get from you then is so hangovers? Any bad hangovers?
No, I was always pretty good. Most of my dispelling it comes from my shitter. So usually my ass takes the brunt of it.
Speaking of shitters, toilets, porta potties at a festival. You've never experienced them before. They're extremely infamous.
Nice.
At Leeds Fest, when I went,
yep.
Two of the campsites. Well, one of the campsites. Each campsite. I say campsite. I mean, you could count it all as a whole campsite. Each camp area, green camp, orange camp, all of that bollocks. Had about 40 toilets, 40 porta potties each, and then they had a separate bit for urinals as well. We were on the border of two camps. One of those two camps, within the first few hours, done. Nope. All out of order. And the other camp had about 3 toilets left.
Nice.
So
no. See, all of the porta potties. I mean, they ended up in some states. Like the first night I was there, basically I was opening up every stall to just see a massive turd laying in the thing. But it was like, none of them. Maybe 1 or 2 got broken. But this is like what I was saying. It's my festival will have been a lot more like tame and safe than your one, because with your festival, with Leeds Fest, you've got a lot of fucking cunts and kids who go there just to do drugs and just to be fucking dickheads. Whereas with Download, with it being metal, there are still people like that. I'm not saying that there isn't, but because there is, but a lot of the people are there for the community and for the music. So ours were actually fine. This is why, like, when you were saying with the projector and stuff, maybe at Leeds Festen will, but I think because there was no like tent raiding or anything happening at Download or anything like that.
I don't know though. I wouldn't bring a projector to a festival still. I think that's like just to do with rain in a tent and all sorts.
Well, maybe, but
HoboStream says that's why it's fun though. No, I'm telling you, look, even if you're if my hypothesis, I don't fully know for certain, but I truly believe if you're a massive drug head, you love drugs, all of it, the hardcore shit, you love, or you just love, like, you know your limits and everything, all of that. If you love fucking drugs, right? I don't mean having sex with drugs. I mean, if you love taking a shit ton of drugs, whatever drug it is, I cannot imagine that a festival's one of the most fun environments to enjoy your drugs in. There's so many more that I think would be better. Like, why would you spend so much money on your tickets to the festival, do a shit ton of drugs? You don't have to. You don't have to do that. I don't understand it. Like, you know? It's saying it depends on the drugs. I guess I can see a scenario where the drugs combined with music is the appeal of it, right? I still don't think a festival's the best place for that. You don't have to go to a festival for that music at all either. Or for any type of music, you know? You can, if you want to go to a concert or even a really low-level gig, you can take a shit ton of drugs. And you're not necessarily enjoy. So, for example, if you take a shit ton of drugs to listen to some metal and feel amazing on listening to metal with whatever drugs you've taken, okay? You don't have to listen to Korn. You know, you don't have to listen to fucking one of the amazing artists on this docket. You can listen to the shitty metal band from your local pub. You know, and then that might be fucking free. So, and plus you're in a safer environment, you can probably get home easier. You might not have your, like, tent burned down or some shit. So what I'm saying is, if you're into drugs, I recommend doing them somewhere else other than a festival, because you'll get more for your money and you can do more drugs.
Just fucking do them at home. Just do drugs at home.
If you want to do a shit ton of drugs, then save your money on your festival tickets then. And buy more drugs, am I right?
It's like, just buy more fucking drugs, dude.
Is that not what you're after? That's what I think. I don't know.
Pussies and just shoot heroin into your fucking balls.
Just buy some more drugs. What are you talking about? This is all not advice that we're giving legally. We actually officially legally believe you should not do any drugs ever of any kind.
Do them all. Do them all. Just do them all. Just don't fucking do it. Just don't do it all at my festival. If you're gonna fucking if you're gonna spasm and like froth at the mouth and fucking OD in front of me, do it in the privacy of your own fucking home. You know, be responsible.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway.
Yeah, Hobo's advocating for doing all the drugs at the same time.
Yeah, just at home.
Shit like
just at
penicillin.
home. Just
like fucking antihistamines, Calpol, all of them. Yeah. It'll do that thing from Simpsons with Mr. Burns where like nothing happens.
Say the Three Stooges syndrome.
Okay, so the toilets then.
They were all right. I mean, they were in a bit of a state the first day, and then I sort of started going to there were these. Because the way it's sort of laid out is there was the toilets that are right next to the campsite, and then a little walk up from that is the village where there's some more toilets, and then there's more toilets at the arena where all the music's playing. So after the second day, so from like the Friday onwards, nobody was really using the toilets up in the village bit because that's not where everybody were. They were either down in the campsite bit, like pre-gaming and like drinking and stuff with the friends and like using the toilets right next to it, or they were up in the arena using those because they were there listening to music. So these ones at the village were like just left. So I just started.
It's the same for you, but I've found that this is difficult for me because the types of festivals I've been to are vastly far apart. I've been to nice folk festivals where the toilets are fucking basically a palace. Who gives a shit? It doesn't matter. They're still porta potties, but they're fine, completely fine. There's no problem. Campsites and trash or anything. Literally, people are picking up their litter because they're fucking vegans. I've been to those sorts of festivals, most of them. But then I've been to Leeds Fest as well, where it's absolutely fucked. All the toilets in the campsite, but weirdly, the toilets at the actual festival were better because people were too busy listening to music to take a shit, apparently. So I did see multiple occasions people go, "Oh," and then just puke right in front of themselves. They're like, "Oh, puke, yeah, I need to do that."
Yeah.
Right on the ground, just in like, and a crowd, and because it's massive crowds, a big hole opens up in the middle of the crowd where they just puked. So, was it like that at Download? Like you went to, was certain toilets better than others, or did it just not matter that much?
That's what I'm saying. So these toilets that were like at the village from the Friday onwards were just left because that's not where people were. So I just used those ones. But even the ones that like were at the arena and were at like next to the campsite, they still weren't that bad. So
fair enough. Were any of them as bad as like a bar in Grimethorpe? Because Hobo's streams are saying, why go Download when you can go to Grimethorpe? Same vibe, to be honest. Yeah. That's somewhere kind of close to where we live, I suppose. It's a bit of a weird reference, actually, that one. I'm guessing they live in Grimethorpe. But
it's probably one of my many thousands of friends. Let's all
right. So toilets were surprisingly good, potentially, then.
Yeah, they were all right. Yeah, they were okay. I think they were as good as
another.
Each one of them had a delectable, yummy treat for me. So,
speaking of yummy treats, the food stalls. Did you what was the ratio of like food you'd brought to food stalls that you like meals wise that you had?
So I think we ate our food on the. I think it was up until the Thursday. I think basically we had Thursday sort of like dinner from food stalls, and then not Thursday, sorry. Saturday was like food stalls and stuff for dinner, and then the Sunday, the last day that we're there, it was like we also got breakfast and dinner.
Let me put this in a way that's not incoherent babble. So which day did you get there on?
Wednesday.
You got it on Wednesday, and all of Wednesday, any meals you had to have in camp, stuff you brought?
Yeah.
Thursday, same deal? Any meals
same
you have
deal,
to have?
Yeah.
Right. Friday?
I think we had... I think I might have gotten like one meal from a food stall, but like I think we had breakfast and dinner.
And Friday was the first day that you actually went into the festival itself?
Yes.
So, when you're in the festival... So I found that it's a little bit difficult to have to walk between the festival itself and the campsite quite a few times, to have to go for meals, to go for, all sorts of different things. Was that the case, or was it just close enough?
No, because there were, in the arena, like off to the sides, there was full food stalls there in the arena.
I know, but what I mean is if you are choosing to go and get your meals from your own campsite that you've brought... There's a lot of walking back and forth. So were you doing that on Friday then? Or?
Well, no, because we ate before we went to go see the thing. And then
so you woke up, didn't go in. So you didn't go in even before lunchtime then?
No, we probably headed in for about, I think, like 2 or 3.
Because festivals I'm used to have acts on from like 10 a.m.
Yeah, but also no, and they were playing from like pretty early, but it was like little. I don't want to say shitty bands, but just like little bands that we didn't know and we didn't care about, so we didn't go and see them. And we also had a walk around the arena, but also I didn't eat anything that night. Because, as I say, I was spraying shit from my ass, so I wasn't in an eating mood.
You actually did all right with the amount of food you must have brought then. What types of food were you having at the camp? Was it all barbecues? Was it like all raw burgers?
It was pretty much all. It was pretty much all like frying stuff. It was like bacon and sausages.
You didn't bring any like pot noodles?
We did bring some noodles actually, but I don't think any of them got eaten.
I think some of the best things to do with that is bring Tesco meal deals. Or Morrison's is my favourite meal deal, actually.
Yeah.
and like big bag of crisps. And sometimes you can have like just 4 bags of crisps for your lunch. You know, when you're at a festival, rules don't apply. You know, you wouldn't do that at home, but at a festival, it's like, well, I don't have to cook it, and we've got plenty of them, so.
Yeah, I was saying this to Sam because he was saying shit like that before. It was saying that stuff just works differently at a festival. I was saying it's like do you know that episode of Always Sunny when they're skiing on the mountain and like Charlie's new to the mountain and doesn't quite get it yet? That was like me.
Movie type of deal.
That was like me with the festival because like right at the end, fucking Charlie goes, "Okay, Dennis, so I get it. I'm cool with the mountain. I get it." And that's basically how I was like after seeing Korn and like being in the pit. I was like, "Okay, I get it. I get it. Festival. I get it. Festival rules. I'm cool with the festival."
It's pretty good. It's like it's nice just being like a slightly different Lord society. Those like sacral. Well, they were saying that Morrison's is sacrilegious compared to Tesco meal deal. I understand, but I'm telling you, try it. Although they're saying it is top tier, but Reggie enjoys that episode of Always Sunny that you're on about, and who wouldn't? Fucking sick episode.
Best episode of the sex.
Yeah. So okay, so that's what you were eating in the camp. So it was just over half of the ones. Oh my god, Reggie's saying Sainsbury's bacon and brie best meal deal. Ah, right. So he's from the south, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. He's from London.
Fucking Tory. Get off our stream.
He's
fucking
not annoyed.
Get out of here with your fucking bacon and brie meal deal. Just give me a slab of Ploughman's cheese baguette from Morrison's. He's a communist.
He's a communist.
You're still somehow a Tory from down south, okay? That's how it works here. I don't know. Anyway, so... Okay, fair enough. So you managed to survive some days without having to eat.
Yeah.
You drunk water and alcohol. Is that what you drunk?
Yeah, basically.
Okay. So the food stalls. Being as a fellow fat man now, I think about food a lot. And when I hear something like pizza burger, I'm like, oh, fuck, I have to eat that now. It's like, I probably should be healthy, but now I'm obliged to eat that because I'm fat. But I'm interested in what food stalls they had, because at Leeds Fest there were some fucking great ones, and often there's like some really good like burrito vans and stuff. What was the selection like?
It was pretty good. There was a fair bit of stuff. I got a German sausage. I got a bratwurst.
And what were you eating while you had this man's sausage?
I was eating his fucking jizz. That's what I was. That's awful.
Okay,
so
we'll get to that later. But
okay.
so the selection fairly normal. You are quite a little bitch when it comes to trying stuff, though. So I don't know how reliable you are on that. But I'll get to the main point of why I'm asking: the prices, festival prices for things. What was your take on that as a tight Yorkshireman?
So I bought. God, I'm gonna start crying just fucking thinking about it. I bought 2 rum and cokes down in the arena, like next to where they were playing.
Gotta get beer.
Double rum and cokes as well. And,
okay, this is my prediction. I'm going to try and predict the price. So double rum and cokes from a festival and 2 of them.
Yeah.
So I would say that a double rum and coke at a festival, I reckon that were about 24 quid.
It was £30.
Yikes.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Damn, bro. That's a lot. That's a lot. Like I see. This is why you have to get Hobos's $2 billion. That's probably more accurate. This is why you have to get beer or cider at a festival. If you're going to buy drinks from their own bars, you have to get beer or cider because it's still really expensive. It might be like £6.50 a pint, which is way too much for people from Yorkshire. Bear in mind, if you're from London, looking at you, Reggie, you fucking Tory. It's regular like £8 a pint. I've been before, and it made me piss and shit at the same time. But you have to. But what speaking of alcohol though, what alcohol did you bring for the tent?
I think we got the cheapest thing, and I think the cheapest thing was like Foster's. I think they were doing like a deal on Foster's, so we got like a load for
Right.
cheap. So it was
Fair
like
enough.
I think we got about like 4 or 5 cases.
I understand
pretty
that.
cheap,
Here's why
so-
that's a bad move, though. I'll tell you in a sec. Reggie says it's like 5 near me, but in Central it's 7. That is blasphemous for where we live. Literally, I went out in Leeds recently. £1.70 for a pint of ale. That's not cheap lager. For ale. Actual amber ale. £1.70. Suck my third testicle. So the problem I have with getting beer, right? It's very cheap. It's the cheapest thing to do. That's why I normally drink it on stream rather than like whiskey or something. But the problem you have is pissing, right?
Pissing.
You don't want to be spending much time pissing at a festival.
Pissing and shitting, dude.
You don't want
Pissing
to be
and
spending much
shitting.
time doing it. Now, beer, it's got yeasty shit in it, right? Makes you shit a lot, right? And also, it's a lot of liquid to, piss back out again. This is why, it might sound a little bit weird, but when I went to my last festival, my alcohol of choice, that I brought 2 litres of, was sherry. Because it's like 25%. And I'd just fill up a pint with it and drink it on the way to the festival. So a pint's worth of 25% is a lot better than just bringing like quite a big can, or like a pint's worth of beer, which is only 4%, If you're trying to get as drunk as you can on as little volume of liquid as you can, well, I suppose one of the best things to do would be like straight up whiskey. But also, if you drunk a pint of whiskey quickly, you just throw up, wouldn't you? So... apparently at Download Red Camp, you show that wall who's boss regardless of how many lights they shine at you. I don't even understand, but it's fine.
Reggie's essentially talking about just giving the wall the business with your piss. Even if the marshals start flashing their torches.
No, we had a similar thing at Leeds Fest, but it was like a hole in like the bottom of a tree, and it was overflowing with piss like constantly. But you can't go all the way to the porta potties for a piss. Come on, like, that just feels pointless. It's fair. It's fair avoiding the porta potties, but so yeah, that's why I think that alcohol at the camp, those prices are preposterous. Did you order anything other than that? Were the prices more reasonable?
No, after I got them, I was like, right, I'm only doing my drinking at the tent now.
So you literally didn't try and order beer or anything?
I think I got like 1 beer one day.
Do you know how much that was?
It was like £7, I think, for a beer.
Bruh, so food stalls wise, did you have a favourite, or did you try a lot of different ones?
I did have a favourite, and my favourite was literally it was
boring
just
shit, probably.
It was some boring shit, but it's just because it wasn't like ridiculously priced. Like I got it still wasn't great. It wasn't like brilliantly priced, but like I got like a double cheeseburger and chips for like £12. But like if I would have got that at any of the other stores, it would have been like
I just ordered from, you could have had a pizza burger customized with whatever toppings you want for £8.50 and
Absolutely.
chips. Well, hey,
absolutely. But
the amount of grease that was dripping off that motherfucker, it was actually worrying me a bit. I might just have a quick heart attack. Just carry on. It's okay.
Fuck. What was I saying? Yeah. So, I just got like 1 beer, down there once, I think, and I did the rest of the drinking back.
So you said it was like burgers or something that was your favourite.
Oh, that was it.
How much was that?
Yeah, so it was like £12 for like fries and a double burger, but it was all right. It's just that any of the other stores, it would have been like fucking 18 or 20 quid. So that was my favourite one, just because it was like,
it
not
sounds
as bad
like
as
an
the others.
expensive festival anyway, because
Yeah,
the most expensive meal I had at Leeds Fest was 18. I don't remember anything being more than that. And I don't know if it was the same for you, but sometimes for me, with trying to drink stuff and getting like not much sleep, not having much energy, trying to keep yourself going and all that sort of stuff at a festival, especially one as long as you were there. Like, I wasn't even there that long. when it got to, I don't know if it was last day or second to last day, at one point I was like, we'd spotted a stand for loaded Yorkshire puddings, right? So a big Yorkshire pudding, I've told this before on the Leeds Fest podcast, like mashed potato, a full Sunday dinner, UK Sunday dinner in a big Yorkshire pudding.
Yeah,
and we saw that and we were like, right, we're going to save that because it's a bit expensive, but we're going to have one and we're going to save it for when we're like, for when we need a good lunch on Sunday or something like that, when we're ready for it. And I was in the queue for it. It was quite a long queue. I'll ask you about queues in a bit. And as I was going through this queue, I felt myself becoming a bit of like an animal. Felt myself like getting a bit like, I might be about to attack someone for their food. I like, there's people walking by me with like, they've got their food from the stall. And I'm like, I'm looking at it like with like a red veil over my eyes, like I'm about to steal this shit. I'm about to just plant my mouth on that, and like I'm about to murder this person to just get that, So
no, I know.
What was there? Was there any Yorkshire pudding stands?
There must have been about 4.
No. Really?
Yeah.
My God, tell us about the different Yorkshire pudding stands while I piss, because Ben Jesimo's just said pee pee poo poo check, and that makes me need to pee. So,
okay. I don't really have anything to say about them. There was about 4 of them. They looked like big Yorkshire puddings, and they had lots of different things in them. And there was some that you could get as a wrap, and some where the Yorkshire pudding was basically just the bowl. And that's all I have to say about that. Didn't get me as hungry as that pee pee poo poo that Ben's talking about, though. Where's this pee and this poo? Where's this? I'm not ignoring you. I'm talking to you right now. I'm doing a podcast. I'm not fucking married to you all. Jesus Christ, you're all like women. I don't get a minute alone. For anybody who's listening to the podcast, I've got 7. You can't call me that, Ben. Legally, you're not allowed to call me that. I got thousands of friends, and they all come flood into the to the stream. My thousands of adoring fans and friends. They mail me, and they write me sweet messages.
Well. God, are you reading chat, Judd? Are you doing this?
I am, yeah.
You got this shit. I wanted to ask you something about the queues. What were the queues like for the bar, for the stalls, for all that shit?
They weren't too bad. I think they just had like a lot of everything. Like even down in the arena, there was like 6 or 7 different bars that everybody could go to, and then I think a lot of people did the drinking outside. So the queues for everything actually weren't that bad.
Queues for toilets near the tents?
They weren't that bad, really. No.
Worst time, first thing on the morning, though. Like in the morning, I was looking at like 45-minute long queues sometimes.
I would see. I didn't have to worry about that because I was spraying ass in a field, so I didn't need to. I didn't need to worry about queues. There were no queues in the field. So.
Oh my God. I like to imagine that you'd got to a queue in one of these starters and gone, yeah, I'm going to the field. Come back to your car. Oh, okay, so I'm trying to think of all the like main bits of a festival. There's the music, which I suppose you've talked about. There's the toilets, the queues, the food, the drinks, and the prices. One of the things at certain festivals is like the people. I know at Leeds Fest, they're probably the biggest part of it, the biggest influence on the festival, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Feel what I'm saying here? As in, at about 4:30 in the morning, I had about 3 fellas sat in a tree above me, just like shouting to each other as I'm trying to sleep. They could have fallen on our tent at any moment. And I was just like, I wanted to like get up or say something, or try and sleep, or something like that. Just anything. Try and do something about it. Either force myself to sleep or say something to them like, shut the fuck up. But yeah. I couldn't. I was sat there in disbelief being like, it's like 4:30 in the morning and there's a shit ton of music pumping still. And there's some fucking people off their heads in a tree shouting right above me. Wait, how am I at this point in life? What's happened here? You know, any experiences like that? I don't think that doesn't sound like it.
No, like I say, I think there was one time. I think it was on the first, so it would have been Thursday morning, again at about like 4:30. Where I think somebody was drunk and they shouted something near the tent and it woke me up, and that's literally the only thing like that happened. So it was, and this is what I'm saying is the people that are going to download, I think are going to be a lot more on the whole reasonable than people that go to Leeds Fest.
All we're hearing is people at Leeds Fest are pricks.
Yeah,
that's it. So I'd thought of a profound question and I've forgotten it, and I just burped to Shitton instead. Overall, then, good experience. Would you go again? Did you enjoy it?
I would go again. I'd definitely get a bit bigger tent next time.
Yes, that's what I was going to ask. Actually, how was the tiny tent? Because I said, right, yeah, you might be able to squeeze into there, but all your shit's not fitting in there.
By the way, the tent. So it was the Sunday. We'd just finished listening to Korn. We got back to the tent and we were sort of rumming an hour in whether we'd just set off then. And I really needed to put some like petrol in the car. So I went up to one of the marshals. I asked them if they knew of a petrol station nearby, and they told me where one was. So we ended up deciding that we were going to leave. And we put everything away fine, and then it got to actually putting the tent away, and we were looking at this diagram how to put the tent away, and we're like, oh, well, that seems easy enough. So we like got to this one step, and we did it exactly as it showed on the thing, and it literally just sprang back up. So we're just like, okay, all right then. So we tried it another 4 times, and I'm like, you know what? I'm sick of this thing. I just want to go home. Dad literally said to me, I don't care about this tent. It can end up being left in a field.
Oh no, I'm seeing what's happening here.
And
You're not going to be one of them guys, are you, Judd?
No, I was like, let's not just leave it sat here in a field. Let's like break it up or something, because it's a very small tent. We're like, let's just break it up or something, and we can stuff it in a bin and we'll just go. And fucking Sam was like, no, we'll get it in the car. We'll get it in the car. So I'm like, all right, fine,
still
we'll fuck it. Yeah, well, so you could fold it. So you could fold it to like where it was compact. But it just then, if you wanted to like do the next step on the thing, it like sprang up, or we were obviously like stupid and didn't know how to do it or something. But so we fucking
that one.
I managed to fold it up and to the point where I could like carry it almost like a fucking briefcase, and I fucking walked this tent the like 20 minutes, like basically half still up, all the way to the car. We got to the car and it wouldn't fucking fit in the car, so we had to like stand there just like stamping on this fucking tent, like a scene from Inglourious Basterds, just stamping on it. We
curb stomping the motherfucker.
Yeah. Because Sam was like, oh well, fuck it, just leave it here then. And I'm like, I can't just leave it in the car park, because if the wind gets under it and it like smashes into a guy's car, so we just fucking like smashed it up, and we just like, it's still in my car. It's just it's like stuffed in. It's like just broken up and stuffed in the boot.
My God, I would have absolutely loved to have followed you around that festival, just like a documentary crew, just filming the whole fucking thing. Yeah. That would have been the biggest joy for me, to be able to go there. I would absolutely love it. Now, if you actually decide to go to another festival, you know, you should go to something like fucking, you know, one of these like metal festivals out in like Iceland or something like that.
Yeah.
Go into one of those that's just massive and insane, and I'll come with you, and we're gonna bring a bunch of camera batteries and shit. I'm gonna film you. That's it. That's what I want to do. I would love that. Brilliant. Okay, well, so that's everything, I suppose. Is it? Any more interesting festival nuggets you've got to tell us?
I think that's pretty much it. I think that'll do it.
Would you go to other festivals again? Not specifically that one. You think you've got a bit of a festival bug at all, or is it kind of been like, oh, I've done that, I might do it again at another point, but
yeah, I'd do something. I think it's just I think it's just got to have a good lineup. Obviously, with this one, the lineup wasn't very good, but because it was like my first time, it didn't. It was more just experiencing that. So
Yeah.
I just need a better lineup, and I just need to be better prepared. Is all I'd say.
Yeah. And would you say that the tent being bigger would be probably the main thing?
I don't know. I can't. It gave me. It gave me. It gave me.
What
It
disease
gave
did
me.
it give you?
It gave me an easy excuse to slip inside Sam's arsehole while he was asleep.
Oh,
so
I
that's,
see why the true reason why you went. Okay, well, cool. Maybe we'll get more festivals talk another time at another podcast. But while I still have it fresh on my brain, let's have a little bit of a something else to end on. Hackers, Judd. Hackers.
Go on, tell me
them.
about your run-in with the fucking hacker known as
I've
4chan.
had too many hackers target me recently, right? Oh shit! We just gained a bunch of YouTube subs and everything. What's going on today? Channels have been popping off. My god.
It's me. I'm just the draw.
You fucking.
I'm
so
fucking.
I had a run-in with a Russian hacker. I know this because I saw that. I woke up. I'm going to brush over this because I've talked about it already. I woke up from a nap and was like, and my phone said, "You've had a login or your recovery phone's been changed on your Google account." I'm like, I didn't do that. I was literally just sleeping. So I logged in, looked at it, and it said, "Oh, special activity." Changed all my password and everything, and made sure that the recovery phone was set to my phone and removed their phone, and I could see that it was a Russian area code. It was a little bit fucked. I lost some money from it. I was a bit devastated, to be honest. Could have really used that 80 pence they spent on Google Play. I think I'll be all right. But then another time, right, more recently, I don't know if I even said this one, I got a text from my bank saying there's been a bit of suspicious activity. We need to confirm some transactions that have come out. And a few of them were legit, and then there was this one for £40 from like a regular Facebook advertising payment. And I was like, no, that's not legit. But they'd already denied it, to be fair. The rest of them they'd let through that were legit. The one that wasn't legit, they'd already blocked. So they blocked it, and I'd rung them up. I was like, that one's not legit. What now? And they're like, cool, we know what's going on. We're sending you a new card. That's all been sorted out since. And then recently, I got like spam added on Facebook by like 9 people that I'd never heard of from like, this isn't a racist thing. They were all from like Middle Eastern, Indian type of countries,
Okay, yeah.
And they would come through as a friend request. I'd tap on it, being like, I don't fucking know you, about to like deny it. And then it'd say we were already friends. And I'd be like, what? So I'd go back to look at it again. And then I'd tap on it again. And then no. So I'd tap on it to be like, to try and deny it. And it'd say we were already friends. And then I was like, what? And then I'd go to unfriend them. And it'd be like, oh, there's a problem. So then I'd go back, tap on them again to try and unfriend them. And it'd say, oh, you're not friends. So I'm like, what the fuck's going on with that? So, and then they like kind of all disappeared, all of the requests. They weren't on my, notifications or my friend requests or anything. So I double checked my friends to see if somehow they'd accepted them. So somehow they might have like found my Facebook password, added me, and then accepted me straight away, No, none of them were friends with me at all. So I don't know what that was about. And then I got some notifications about saying you've got some adverts that are scheduled or running right now. And I'm like, what? No? So I went on and looked at them, and I'd not run them. They'd not been running from my account. It was someone else's account that I'd been added to as like an ad manager. And I was like, oh,
right.
What? And they'd been scheduled, and I was thinking, oh shit, they've not got access to my account, added me as a manager, and then used my card somehow from this account. No, my card's never been associated with my Facebook account, so there's no way, it's impossible. And when I looked, all these different accounts that I'd been, well, most of them, that I'd been added as an ad manager on, had tried to request an ad, used a card that wasn't mine, and the card had been denied. So the ads didn't run. So I'm thinking, what the fuck's going on here? And I found that if I was quick enough when I saw one of these notifications, I could delete their adverts as well. So eventually, and plus, the big problem with this is, this whole back-end bit of Facebook where this is all going on is really fucking difficult and annoying to figure out and navigate. I work in IT, and I still found it incredibly frustrating, right?
Yeah.
But eventually, I've figured out how to remove myself as an ad manager on their advert accounts, and it's just stopped the notifications since then.
Right.
I know, but this is the thing. Like, why would they add me as an ad manager on their account? Give me permissions to try and run adverts on their own money, not mine. There's no way. There's no access to anything I can do.
So weird.
I know. Like, why would you do that? What? It doesn't stop me from doing anything. It doesn't, because one of the things that happens is, if they've got an outstanding balance on their ad account, they can't delete their ads or delete their ad account or anything like that. They can't delete it. So it makes me kind of think that they were maybe trying to charge it to my card, and that'd stop me from deleting it, and then I'd have to pay it, and they'd get the free advertising.
Yeah.
But they weren't using my account or anything, so it can't be that. I don't know, it's just weird. They've just given me some power that doesn't help them in any way. And I'm like, fuck off. This is annoying. I don't want to see you trying to advertise your stupid app. I don't know. I don't get it. So I've had some weird cyber attacks recently. That's the worst thing that's happened to me is I've lost 80 pence and had some pointless Facebook notifications. You know when people are really worried about hackers? These ones were successful, and you know, probably chill out. I don't think it's that bad. You know, not that I've got anything from to actually really steal, because I pay for my fucking house. I ain't got any money. I'm poor as fuck. So, although actually we have just made, well, after PayPal takes the fees, Twitch takes the fees, all that shit, I have made approximately £1.20 tonight.
I tell you what, we've fucking raked it in today.
Nice. That we actually have compared to most times. So, anyway, look, I think that's that. I think we've done a podcast. It's been a longer one. It's been an interesting one. I think whenever one of us goes and does something, like you've been to a festival or anything like that. I've actually gone on a night out recently, which typically would take up most of a podcast, but I don't think I'm legally allowed to talk about it. Like I genuinely said to Judd before we recorded this podcast, I can't even tell you in private. So anyway, that's that. That's the podcast. Last words, Judd, for this podcast. Finish it off. Come on, let's have an epic saying or something like that. Finish it.
I don't know. I always do them. You fucking do one.
Nah.